Oh, hey, welcome to tylerteachercraft. I am here on the nether roof in my new threads because new year, new me. I'm in the middle of making an Etho-approved nether portal, and I am starting a brand new world. So we're going to go through that portal soon, and I'll catch you when we get there. Hello. Why am I on the nether roof, you might be wondering? Well, I am leaving with a new outfit on. But before I go, I want to talk about this world a little bit and what I'm leaving. So I started this foreverworld in 1.11, and I've been playing on it ever since. And, you know, I really like it here. Problem is, I've got these very large projects that I've been working on. I got caught up like so many others in mega projects and building really big things, and I end up not going anywhere. You know? I stay around the area that I've been spawned into, that area over there, and I don't really go anywhere. I don't explore, and I'm kind of losing interest. So I want to just enjoy what I've made so far, but I will be leaving this part of the world and going somewhere else in order to restart. So I'm on the nether roof because I'm traveling 30,000 blocks away from spawn, so I can start a brand new fresh start in the game. That'll only be the third time I've done this. My very first world I started on 1.7. That was because I got the education edition version for school. I'm a teacher, so I wanted to get it for my students to see what was going on with that. I started that world, and you know, I got into it. I started to like the game, of course. That's why I'm still playing it. I kept watching YouTube videos of people with stuff that was happening in the newer updates, and that version, this was the EDU version, not the education. This is before Microsoft bought it out. I was in the EDU version, 1.7 it was stuck on. You couldn't update that one because it was a mod, I suppose. Now I understand that. I played my regular survival world there for a little while until I started seeing the updates. I said, I want this thing. I want that thing. Eventually, I decided to go ahead and buy the game for myself, my own version of it, and I started the world. So I've only done the beginning of Minecraft twice, and now I'm seeing people on YouTube talk about their starting a forever world, why you should start a forever world. Here I am. The only thing I know about is forever worlds. I've started one, and then I finally started this one. I've been playing on it ever since for years. So I'm not to brag. I mean, I'm wearing a suit, but not to brag, but I'm pretty rich in Minecraft. And I haven't started the game over in a long, long time. And I wanted a nice challenge to get away from all this civilization, to get away from all my redstone farms and automatic everything, which I'm putting all in that black tower complex. And I wanted to come back to a more calm, relaxing, cozy life, right? Like this farmhouse here. So before I do that, let's quickly take a look at some of the stuff I've built on this world. And then we'll talk about what the new world's going to look like in my new modded adventure 30,000 blocks from here. All right, let's take a look. Hello. Now you know what I'm leaving behind, what I've built here. You can see the market behind me, my old city, temple, Black Tower complex, some of my new buildings. So, what will my world look like? There's a sneak peek right behind me, but I'm going to take a look through all the mods and resource packs that I'm using, if you would like to use them yourself. I'm not going to go into detail about too many of them because I'm not doing a whole mod review or anything like that, but just so you know what I'm using and what to look forward to in the future. So let's take a look through my mod list, and you can see exactly what's going on in my world and what to look forward to in the new spot that I'm going. I'm using mod list, of course. That's how I'm getting this in the first place. So 3D skin layers gives me a 3D look on my skin. Aurora builds is little buildings in different biomes. Maybe I can use them for the night or something. Adventure dungeons is small dungeons underground that will be fun to see. Ambient sounds is sounds around me, birds chirping, crickets, things like that. Astrocraft, we can put stars and planets in the sky. Auto HUD is making my HUD in the bottom disappear automatically when I don't need it. Beautiful Enchanted Books has every book that's enchanted different, so I can see the difference between them without having to read them all. Better statistics screen, you will see that it's just a better layout for your statistics to look through. Better end cities, you can see it in the picture there a little bit. We're not going to see that for a long time in my world, but the end cities will look quite different. Voids is pretty cool. I just added this one. It makes fish sort of flock together more accurately to real life fish behavior. Cave dust is exactly that, puts dust in caves. Chiseled bookshelf visualizer means when I have enchanted books or books with names or titles or anything in a chiseled bookshelf, I can put my cursor on it and see what it is, so I don't have to take out every book all the time. Cinderscapes is revamping the Nether landscape with a couple new biomes and new blocks and items and things. Craftable chainmail. I put this in here because of the way that I'm going to be progressing through my game. I want to use a whole episode of just chainmail, but it's not easy to find, so I decided to make it craftable so I can do it myself. Crystal Live is a support mod. Pull less leaves helps run the game a little bit better by reducing the leaf lag. Cut through is what I use so I can swing my sword through tall bushes and grass. I don't have to keep missing a kill of a zombie or something because of the grass in the way. Danger close makes it actually dangerous to stand on certain things it should be, like torches and stone cutters, things like that. Debugify helps debug the game. That's for running it smoothly. Display case, you've seen. It just adds a display case I can put items inside of. Dungeons and Taverns is what you saw behind me. That's the lone citadel. It's one of the big structures to find. This is a structure mod for different dungeons and things. There's a few add-ons that I added as well. So I have the Ancient City updated through Dungeons and Taverns, Nether Fortress, and the Stronghold. I really like the Stronghold. Dynamic lights lets me see the light that's in my hand. Shaders do this anyway, but if I'm not using shaders, this lets me do dynamic lights without the shaders. Eating animation shows the food you're eating disappear in a cool way. Enchantment lore means that I could read an enchanted book and it will tell me what the enchantment does and what items it goes on. Enhance block entities reduces lag for certain items like chests and signs and things. Enhance visuals changes the way the screen looks. Entity model features and entity texture features. These are support mods that help with animation and things like that, and blinking and all that stuff. Entity culling is reducing lag. Explosive enhancement makes explosions look real cool. Fabric seasons, I have all 4 seasons in the game now, so you'll see that throughout the game. Falling leaves, just a little leaf falling like the cherry blossom, but everywhere. Barrett core reduces memory usage, as it says. First person shows me my first person model, so I can see myself in first person. Fish of Thieves, it adds a bunch of fish that I can see in the game. Foul play is where the birds are coming from, and those penguins that you saw a second ago. Jen's villager hats I can trade for villager hats. Head in the clouds makes the rain stop when you go above cloud level, so it's more realistic. Hearths is a small modification for nether biomes, so there's down logs and extra things like that, just for extra ambiance. Herds panic means that if I hit a cow, all the other cows in the area are going to panic as well. That makes it a little bit more realistic. Immediately fast is running optimization for speed. Immersive thunder makes the thunder sound really cool, but also in different locations you can hear it differently. So if it's farther away, it sounds different than when it's closer up. Indium is a support mod. Invisible frames lets me toggle frames to be invisible. Iris is for shaders. It takes a pillage. Continuation is a update for structures. So there's pillager outposts and other stuff, other structures that are changed in the game. There's a big bastion and stuff like that, or fort or something. Catter's structures village. I only have the villages on here because I liked his villages, and it adds different villages in different biomes. Lithium is optimization. Logical zoom. I need a zoom. Zoomify didn't work for me, so I used logical zoom for a zoom function. Lovely crops just adds grapes and corn. I just want more crops to make it a little bit better looking for farms. Crazy chambers adds trial chambers, different types of trial chambers. Grand capitals is a revamp of villages, which are really cool. Make bubbles pop just makes the bubbles pop. Mine blocks repeated utilities. This is a support mod. Base game, of course, need that. This is for a dummy. Mod menu is what I'm using right now. Modern Fix helps with speeding up the game. Monolib support mod. Moogs end structures and nether structures adds different things to find in the end and the nether. Nemo's farming adds a few more crops like tomatoes. Noisium speeds up the game. Not enough animations is showing the animations like that one. Holding a map. Vidiums helps speed up the game. Nif spiders makes spiders climb up walls. Octolib is a support mod. Particle rain makes the rain look better. Comes down in slanted, and the snow looks better. Passable foliage makes it so that I can walk through leaves and fall through leaves, because you can't stand on leaves and small branches in real life. So I think that's better. Plus, you can ride through them with your horse as well, so they don't block your way. Pet the frog is literally that's it. You can right click a frog and make them your friend by petting them. Love it. Photography adds a camera and photo paper. Plants and junk adds different plant variations and some bugs like butterflies and dragonflies. Potion cauldron is just like bedrock, so I can put potions inside of a cauldron. Crafty's archaeological dig sites shows a few different dig sites that show up. This is structures to find with extra stuff for archaeology. I just think that would be fun. Random mob sizes, exactly that. The mobs will be different sizes. Real tip arrows shows the arrow that you're using inside of the bow. Real events, I haven't been able to test this because I think you have to be on the actual day, but it adds some sort of an event on the Christmas and Easter and Halloween and New Year's. So we'll see if that shows up. Replay mod I use for time lapses and videos. Resourceful config, that's a support mod. Satin shaders for support mods. Seamless loading screen. This just takes a screenshot of my world before I leave. Server translation API support mod. Show me your skin means that I can put my armor on and not show it, so I can see my skin, but I still have my armor on. Snow under trees means that it spawns snow under trees, so there's not these empty spots. Snow real magic puts snow on stairs and walls and fences and things, so it makes it more realistic looking. Sodium runs the game a lot better. Sound physics remastered is reverb and echo inside of caves, makes the sound a lot better. Sounds just gives a lot more sounds to the game. Bar structures I'm using to separate all of these mods out. Too many structure mods means that you see a lot of structures really close together in my testing, and I don't want them to be too close together. I want to explore. So I'm using sparse structures to separate the structures out even further than normal. So the standard is 2 times more rare for every structure, but I made it 7 times more rare for every structure. But I have more structure mods, so I think that will balance it out a little bit. Tectonic changes the entire world. Beautiful mountains and rivers that go through mountains and things. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to see that. This rocks is little rocks and sticks and seashells on the ground to make it look nicer. Tide revamps fishing completely. So it becomes a little mini game. Plus, it adds more fish and a book to keep track of all the fish that you find. Traveler's backpack. This is my way of fixing the inventory problem, especially since I would like to explore a lot more and not have to settle into one spot. So I'll need to bring more inventory with me. Tree harvester just makes cutting down trees a lot faster and easier. So you don't have to wait forever for the leaves to despawn or never despawn if they're too close to another tree, for example. Underground bunkers adds a bunker underground, sort of like a dungeon, but it looks like a modern bunker, which I like. Untitled Duck mod adds ducks and geese, which are also in the foul play mod, but this gives me multiple styles. Vanilla refresh enhances so many things. So it gives me the day counter, which is why I started it in the first place, but also you can walk faster on path blocks, which is nice, and you get XP from crops and things like that. So it's just a little bit better all the way around. Very Berry adds, again, I want more variety of foods in my game, but I haven't been able to update with Farmer's Delight, so I'm doing this the best way I can. So this adds a few berries to the game, just extra life. Village life is all of the villagers have names and they interact with you a little bit better. Villages and pillages, again, this is adds a few structures that pillagers will be inside of. Visuality adds better visuals. I use this mostly for chickens, give feathers off, particles, and I use it for the raindrops on water. Visual overhaul adds a lot of visuals, like 3D model visuals and things like that I'm using it for. Wakes adds a wake behind boats and splashing into the water. It's really cool with the ducks swimming around. When dungeons arrive, 7 seas. Again, when dungeons arise was too much for me on its own, but I really like the ships. I've added the 7 seas version without the regular when dungeons arise. So I have cool ships on the water that I can come across. William Withers' overhauled overworld drastically changes all of the biomes. Zero's minimap you've seen in the top left of my screen. That lets me see where I'm going a little bit better. I've taken everything off of it, so it's just the map, but still, that's helpful. And the world map, I can open up at any time and check where I've been. It only shows where I've been, and also I've turned off teleportation in my game, so I only want to use it for the map, and that's it. There's no mobs or anything else on there. I've turned all that stuff off. Young's API, of course, I need for all of the Young's better stuff. So Young's better desert temples, better dungeons, better end island, better jungle temples, better mine shafts, nether fortress, ocean monuments, and witch huts, and bridges. So all of the Young's stuff, except for the stronghold, because I like the dungeons and taverns one better. But this revamps all of these things. But I made sure that they don't offset all of the regular stuff. So for example, the ocean monuments, I should still get a regular ocean monument. I should get Young's better ocean monuments, and I will get the Trident monument version from Dungeons and Taverns. So I'll have 3 different versions of ocean monuments to come across. So that's it for the mods. So let's take a look at my resource packs. The ones on the left, of course, I'm not using. Fast Better Grass textures the sides of grass blocks and things to make it better looking without the dirt, which looks nice. Cliffs and Coves and Towering Tepuis are both in support of William Withers' overhauled overworld. So this gives like a tabletop mountain like in South Africa. And the Cliffs and Coves adds better coastlines to the world. Better Lanterns is 3D lanterns, which you can see there. Torches Reimagined makes a better model for the torches with flames on it. Colorful containers. When I open the GUI for all the building blocks, all of the, like anvils and furnaces and all that stuff, it makes it look cool. Al's Zombies revamped changes the way the zombies look, so you get a variety of zombies. Vanilla Tweaks is a ton of different stuff, but it has connected textures. I've also used that to take off the griefing from Enderman because that really annoys me. O's Pottery Sherds. This isn't working right now, but it makes the pottery look a lot better, like in the picture there. But it's not currently working. Drody's Villagers changes the way villagers look, which is great. Better Skeletons. It says it's incompatible, but it's working in 1.21. Changes the skeleton varieties. Bees Reimagined also says it doesn't work, but it does, and it just makes the bees smaller. It's a medium. There's a realistic bees one that's really tiny bees, but I like this one because it's sort of in the middle ground. Fresh animations and fresh animations, all extensions. This is all of the movement for all the models, like the villagers, illagers, pillagers, and me. Fabric mods, of course, I need that to run all the fabric. Seasonal Lush Caves, this is a support for the fabric seasons, better expressions, changes some extra features for expressions. Visual overhaul, these are the visual overhauls additions. 3D brewing stands, 3D furnaces, and the water changes color depending on where you are. Bravada enhances all of the bushes and flowers and all of those things. Chests Reimagined changes the chest texture and sounds. They look really cool, and there's something inside of them, which is nice. Enchant Icons has these icons for different enchants, so you can see what the enchants are a little bit easier. Fancy Crops makes all of the crops look a little bit better and varied, which is nice. Varied Pumpkins means that I get multiple different types of jack-o'-lanterns instead of one. Colorful Grasses varies the grass color, which is nice. It makes it look more realistic. Ender Eyes, this is the blinking Ender Eyes. Just makes the Ender Eyes blink, which is nice. Canoe boats I've added, which I really like. So the boats are going to look like canoes rather than the standard boats, which I think is going to be a little bit better for me. Better lily pads, again, it says incompatible, but it's working. It changes the variety of lily pads. Better enchanting table makes the enchanting table look like that picture. Visual overhaul, the roundness, this is the one that makes a jukebox glass over the top, and you can see the disc moving. Moonlight mods, that's support, and then default, of course, is for the rest. You can see a little bit of the mods right now, mods and stuff. So that's the Lone Citadel behind me from Dungeons and Taverns. There's penguins from Foul Play. William Withers overhauled Overworld. You can see the different snow on top of the ice over there. That's that. This boat, I actually don't know which one. I think this is from Tide, maybe? But this boat is a structure that's been added by one of the mods. And then the Sarah Minor, you can see the name of the villager there. That's from the Village Overhaul one. So they both have names. And this is the GUI update for the overhaul. So now I'm going to show you some footage from gameplay for these mods and resource packs so you can see exactly what is coming in the new world. All right. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to the zoo. We're going to walk around the zoo and take a look at some of the animals and say goodbye because I'm going to be leaving. And I want to explain basically the rules and what's going to happen. And then we're heading through the nether, onto the nether roof, and we go from there. So basically, as I've explained, I want to start fresh. I'm leaving all this behind. And we're going to start brand new. But because this is a forever world, I have to do things a little bit differently. Because if I were to die over there without a bed or without setting my spawn, etc., then I would come all the way back here, which will be 30,000 blocks away. And I don't want to have to do that. So I'm going to be flying over there. I'm going to be bringing a little bit of gear with me in order to get there. And then I'm going to set my spawn. I'll bring a bed. I'll set my spawn, and then I will jump into lava, destroying all of my stuff so I can start fresh from that spawn point. And then I will move on from there. So that's my plan. Let me know in the comments if you think it's all right. Look at Boyd doing its thing, swimming around, fish-like. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you think that's a fair way of starting fresh, but in a forever world, because I can't just spawn in. The other thing that I'm going to miss out on, which is sad, and I'll take a look at this before we go anywhere, is my statistics, of course. My stats are going to be continuing on from, look, this keeps showing up. I blocked off the Nether Portal. This is how I got the animals over here, by the way. I tore it down, but this, I put in concrete here, but it keeps showing up, but not the whole portal for some reason. I don't understand it. Anyway, I'm going to start fresh, but because I don't want to spawn 30,000 blocks away from where I'm at, I'm going to bring one bed. That's it. All the other gear that I'm bringing with me is simply to get me there. So I'll have a pickaxe to tear down the Nether Portal. I'll have elytra, and maybe some boots for feather falling to make sure I don't die along the way, to fly over there with rockets and food and all that stuff to bring with me. But once I get there, I'm gonna set my spawn on the bed I brought, right where I spawn in, from wherever that happens to be, and then I'm going to die to lose all my items, and then we can start fresh from there. That way I think it's fair. Okay, so that's how that's going to go, but I will start brand new. The other thing I want to talk about, I just didn't have time for this. There were 2 Ravagers in here, but they despawned somehow or got killed somehow. I'm not sure which. I think I put my zoo a little too close. I AFK all the time in my base, obviously, and this is close enough to spawn in all of these animals. Most of them are fine. But some of these, sometimes I think something else spawns in with them, and they end up dying over time. This will happen to my wolves, because the llamas, the wandering trader spawns in there with the llamas, and then they spit at my wolves, and so the wolves die out. Also, the camels take damage on cactus, which I think is crazy. But anyway, my camels died as well from that. So I've got bees. You can see also, by the way, my smaller bees. Boxes. I still have 1 wolf in there, I think. Maybe, if it hasn't died yet. Take a look. Are you still there, wolf? Nope. Probably get Probably dead. Same thing that keeps happening to them. Anyway, that's my plan. I'll bring a bed, I'll bring all my gear, and then I will set my spawn and die. And then I start fresh. But I won't go through the portal until the brand new day strikes. That's one of the Vanilla Fresh mods, is it tells me the day that it is. So once that happens, I'll go through the portal, and we start brand new. The other thing that I want to mention, which I started a while ago and forgot, I got off track. The other thing I'm going to mention is that I'm going to take it very slowly. Oh, there's my dead camels. You see them? They're not there because they're dead. So I'm going to take it very slowly. Like I said, I got caught up. I hear you, Sniffer. I hear you. I got caught up in the big builds and stuff, and I just got a little burnt out on it. And I just don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to take it very slowly. We're going to do a cozy version of the game. I'm not going to do anything crazy for a while. And as part of that, basically the whole first episode, I'm going to just use leather and wood. That's it. So the first few days for the first episode, I'll use leather armor, only leather armor, and only wood tools. And then I'm going to progress from there. So I added chainmail so I could make my own chainmail, because it's actually hard to come by, because my second level will be the chainmail level. So I need to be able to craft that, because finding it or getting it off of skeletons will be difficult. So that's going to have to be the case. So I'm going to make chainmail myself. That way I can use chainmail for the second layer, second level of protection. And then I'm going to move up from there. And as I go, I will give myself some challenges to do, but I want to keep it cozy and keep it light and keep it slow. So many people start the game, and within the first day, they get one wood pickaxe, then they make one stone pickaxe, and then they go straight to iron immediately, and then they get iron gear. They never have leather gear. They never have any of that stuff. Nobody wears chainmail, for example. So that's my plan. My plan is to take it easy. Whoa, why does this boat look so crazy? Okay, so I'm going to take it very slow, very calm, and we're going to go slow. I want to go through every possible experience with the mods. I want everything to slow down, cozy, no rush, no redstone, none of that stuff. I don't want to automate almost anything. I will probably make maybe an XP farm. That's about it. Just because if I use mending and stuff, it's nearly impossible to do that properly without an XP farm. But outside of an XP farm, I don't think I'll be making anything. I want to farm properly, you know, old-fashioned way. I want to find things. I'm going to explore. I'm going to build very minimally. And we're going to just explore the world with the new mods and everything. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to go into the sunset here. Before we go anywhere, I just want to show you around my base a little bit. And you can see what I'm leaving behind. I've got everything here. I've got my precious. All of this will be emptied out, of course. All of this will be emptied out when I get to the, I got netherite stuff, diamond backpack, got all of this stuff will be emptied out before we go there. And I'm leaving all of this stuff behind, of course. I've got all of the armor trims, which I found. I've got more armor there, more armor there. And you can see that I've just collected a bunch of stuff. My whole floor is full of gear. and weapons. So you can see all of that. Potions. I've got everything here. All the way down here. Saddles. You name it. I got it all here. Put my heads away. These are all extra heads. There we go. And I've got my wall of heads that I've already found. This is not everything, but I've done a pretty good job of it. Including myself. And then the skeleton horse, the last one that I found. We're going to be getting rid of all of this stuff. Obviously, I'm going to be emptying this stuff out. But I'm got to get all my gear sorted so that I can go all the way over to the Nether and start this thing over again. Boom! Sorry about your ears. Okay, so we can take a look at my storage. You've already seen this, but you can see that I've got everything you could possibly want. All of these things. I've got an iron farm, so the iron's all full up. You name it. So, like I said, I am rich in this world. I've got automatic farms for all of these things. I've got overflow down here. You can see all of this stuff that I've got. But I'm taking none of it with me. I take none of it with me because we're going to start fresh. I just want you to see. You can see I had all those diamonds before. I also have diamonds in my sorting system. Got emeralds in my sorting system. You name it. I got it all. This thing is full. It's sorting for over 900 different items. So I'm spoiled for choice, if anything. But this is why I want to leave. I want to get away from all this. I want to start fresh. Start brand new. And see what I can do with it. Welcome back to the roof. The roof. The roof above fire. We're on the Nether roof. As you know, we've got the Etho-approved portal ready to go. And we are about to start this journey. So you can see from the coordinates, top left, next to Zero's map, that we are at negative 3,750 blocks on the Nether. And the middle block here is at 0 on the X. So we are straight north from spawn, 3,750 blocks in the Nether. Now, every block in the Nether, as you know, or you should know, is worth 8 blocks in the overworld. So I wanted to go 30,000 blocks north, and that would mean 3,750 blocks. So that is exactly what I did. You can see my map is north. So you can see the number there going up. It's north, negative. I don't know why negative is north, but negative is north. So we are there. We are ready to go. All we're doing is waiting. I don't want to spawn in the middle of the night. That's not fair to a start for the game. So I'm just waiting for the day to click over now, and then we are ready to rock and roll. As soon as it clicks over, I can head in there. I've got my bed. As you can see, I've got my tools. This is the only one that's not good. I mean, it's not vanishing, but I've got Curse of Vanishing on this, a bad bow, Curse of Vanishing, Binding, Curse of Vanishing, Curse of Vanishing, Elytra, I don't have anything like that, Curse of Binding. Anyway, so all of my gear is either Binding or Vanishing versions, or just not a very good version, and so I don't mind. So all of this, of course, will disappear once I kill myself after I go through here, so I can start fresh. But I got my bed so I can set my spawn. Not here. Once we go through, I can set my spawn, and then I can jump into lava or, I don't know, jump down a cliff or something so that I can start fresh just like I should when I start the game. The other thing I don't know if I mentioned, but I am using the foreverworld, of course, so all of my stats and all of my advancements have already been done. So if you see an advancement in this version, in this game, it's going to be a pretty big deal because I've done so many advancements already. Some of the advancements might be new ones from mods, but otherwise, most of the advancements I've gotten. So you're not going to see stone, the stone advancement or sleeping the first night, etc. I've already done that, obviously. All right, anyway, in the emptiness of space, we've got one door to the future, and we're waiting for it to be ready to open. As soon as the day clicks over, we're heading out. Here it is. 17,680 days. And our new journey begins. You ready? Let's go.